What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ichiko here with another video. And let me tell you what I went through when I freaking seen the trailer for Anna Lei Wulong. First, let me address Anna. When I saw her coming out as a character, it just reminded me in my head. To me, the Tekken 5, the Tekken 7 that is the real Tekken 7 is the original Tekken 7. The really crappy one, trust me, it's crappy. I played it before. The original Tekken 7, where you barely can move, your characters are freaking stiff. Don't mean I don't still like that game. I love that game. But the original Tekken 7, those characters that are on that game is the actual, to me, that's the actual story of Tekken 7. I'm happy that Anna and Lei Wulong are in the game now. But the reason I'm disappointed story-wise is I love a reasoning for the story. This could have been a build-up for an extremely good story in Tekken 8, but they're using the power of DLC and stuff to expand the story of 7, which I'm like, please just make a good story for 8. Do it traditionally. Everything feels the best traditionally when you got it on the original CD and you actually build up to a good story. This ain't Final Fantasy 15. Stop trying to use DLC as a way to fix your mistakes. And speaking of 15, I'm getting tired of hearing people blame Tetsuya Nomura for it being bad. Really, it's because they kept switching him and Hajime Tabata as the people who were freaking making the game. Really, if they fully devoted Tetsuya Nomura to making that game, it would be good. It would be extremely good. We would get what we got promised, because the only person who can finish a Tetsuya Nomura project is Tetsuya Nomura, not Hajime Tabata. Even though the Hajime is good, but it's not his game. He's not really actually fixing the problems. By having them both there, it made it worse. Anyway, I digress. Freaking the thing is, I wish they would have focused on putting this stuff in the Tekken 8 or something, and making their actual full story more of a good thing. I think if they were gonna put Anna and Lei Wulong as DLC characters, don't add any type of story to any of your existing characters, because I feel like the story that we got is supposed to be the Tekken 7 story itself. And if, in my mind, if they weren't on the original Tekken 7, they weren't meant to be, in Tekken 7 at all. It adds some type of extra interest into the story, and you can always expand upon it and make the next game the game where it's like, wow, we put these characters in there and they're all story centric. That would have made Tekken 8 just seem like it's just great and a lot better. And I know they're doing this, for the extra money and stuff, but dude, it would really make Tekken 8 seem like it's amazing. But anyway, Anna came up in here and showed us basically what she could do with the freaking rage arts and stuff. She's hitting people, getting with the bazooka. Wow. I mean, it's not something that I don't expect from that character. I think it's legit. Moving on to Lei Wulong. Now, with them deciding to release these characters, now I may be in disagreement that they shouldn't have put them in this Tekken, since they didn't go with it at first. But since they did pretty well. And freaking, they put Anna in there really good. Lei Wulong's moves seemed to be pretty legit. The only thing I didn't like about Lei Wulong was the last move of his rage art. I felt like that last move should have been a kick. And I feel like you guys would agree with me about that in the comment section. Like, that last move should have been straight up a kick. Why was it like a random punch? I was in my feelings about that. But everything else about the trailer was good until we saw what the DLC character was. It's freaking Negan. Now, was I disappointed about this? Yeah. Where's my Yakuza character at? For one. For two, this is stupid. Even Harada himself has said that Negan wouldn't be a fighting character. He's not much of a fighter. Yet, he's still just put in here. This is one of the worst decisions I've ever seen from Tekken in terms of the DLCs or Tekken 7. This is just crazy. This is ludicrous. And it's actually even worse than putting Noctis in this game. if we had to trade the two characters for one another, pick one over the other. Actually, I don't want either one of them in there. But dang, that's a hard bad choice right there. But I'd have to lean towards Noctis. I'd have to lean because my pinky toe would be dipped on the other side more. That's the only difference. A small piece of my pinky toe would be leaned on to more of the side of Noctis. That's the difference. They're both equal, almost equally as bad to put in your game. I don't know what Harada was thinking. This is actually, I mean, in my opinion, they're almost equally as bad. But logically, Negan is way worse of a choice to put in your game if you had to choose between the two. But the fact that you got both in your game is just horror bad. I understand people can counter my arguments when I complain or say anything about these DLC characters that aren't Tekken characters. When I say, these characters shouldn't be in here as a Tekken game, I wanted to buy Tekken. And people can counter the argument by saying, oh, well, this is how video game make money, and this is how, money related things work. And I'm like, okay, cool, but you can make money from giving us actual Tekken content. I'm actually, even though I have somewhat of a disagreement with Anna and Lei Wulong being in the game, that was a really good idea. That was the best idea I've seen out of Tekken 7 in all of its existence. And I hope that they keep going towards good ideas like those, but not just sitting here catering to fans. I know I want June in the game as well, but I'd be okay. It seems like it'll be very good if June's not in Tekken 7. I feel like June's significance would be in Tekken 8, because that will totally end Jin and Kazuya fighting, and then something significant will break out with June in Tekken 8. That would be just amazing. Unless they want to skip that and make that the ending for Tekken 7 with all their DLC stuff, I guess you could put June in for that reasoning. But man, if you're going classic traditional where you got your full stuff on the disc, man, that would be amazing if that's something that went on for Tekken 8. It's just something great. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is, yeah, you gotta make money, but give us actual correct and good content. Don't just cater to the fans or try and fail to cater to the fans with this BS. The second argument people might throw in against me is it's Tekken, and Tekken is all about, getting your skill up and testing your skill and getting better at the game in a new way, overcoming all these different types of obstacles. Okay, I get that. I agree with that. But please give us Tekken content to do that instead of everybody else's video game. I'm not particularly talking about Akuma or anything, but I am kind of targeting the characters that came out after him. This is foolishness still. And like I said before, I looked at one of my old videos and I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a second version of Tekken. It might be called Super Tekken Ultimate something. I said something like that, and I was like, but not exactly that. I was making a reference to Street Fighter, but not exactly that. We're probably gonna get a second version of Tekken, and it's coming, and it's getting closer to being bad like DOA. Don't get me wrong, Tekken is still good in terms of an overall kind of game thing, but it's in going towards the direction of becoming a bad 3D fighter that people are just gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to play this. Just the people who are gonna still want to play it are the super loyal fans that, I'm not gonna lie, all they do is play Tekken. I was a loyal Tekken fan, right? But I played other games still. I'm talking about those super loyal Tekken fans that pretty much all they do is play Tekken. If they do play another game, I don't even want to count it, because they playing Tekken so much and playing the other game so little, where I just felt like they just probably played that other game for one day each month during a year, but the rest of those days were Tekken. Now, those facts may not be 100% true, but you guys get the point that I'm trying to throw out here. I don't want Tekken to evolve into what DOA is. Way too many like additional characters that are just slapped on a game. I don't want it to. I'm glad that they're not going in a bad costume direction, because Harada didn't. I think Harada doesn't quite like how DOA 5 turned out, and he's not going in that direction. And I'm glad in terms of the costumes he's not going in that direction. And I'm glad, because that's also kind of one of the things that made people go off of DOA. Is like, dude, stop throwing out. They have so many costumes that you could buy on that game. It's ridiculous. Stop just up checking costumes. It's like they have a machine or something just throwing costumes up on you. But Tekken still has the other half of the problems of DOA, which is just adding random characters to your game. What they need to do is instead focus on adding Tekken content to your game. That will make Tekken so good. And the other thing is, okay, I get if you're trying to cater to the fans somewhat, yeah, that's cool. If the concern is you're not making enough money, you should be catering to the casual fans. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am one of the guys who will tell you never to cater to the casual fans. That's why Tetsuya Nomura is my favorite person who has anything to do with video games. Like, he doesn't care anything about the influence of the fans. He barely looks at social media at all. So my point that I'm trying to make out here is you get the story that he actually wants to tell you, so long as he does the game from start to finish, or at least almost to finish, like maybe 98% of the game, so long as he does most of it. That's why I freaking like him so much. It's not like, oh man, the fans want this, let me cater and do this stuff. Like, one time I saw one dude talking about, oh yeah, the freaking Organization 13 members in Kingdom Hearts came back probably because of fan service. I'm like, no, that's because they were never dead in the first place, and Tetsuya Nomura was trying to explain that to you in the story. He doesn't give two shits about, oh crap, my fans like these characters, let me put them back in the game. No, bro, he's trying to tell you the actual story that went down. With how it is, even though Tetsuya's catering to the hardcore fans, in terms of Tekken, this is weird to come out of my mouth, because I'm usually, like I said before, always about the hardcore fans, but he should be catering to the casual fans. You could make the argument, oh, he is catering to the casual fans with these DLCs. Not really, because a lot of the casual fans have actually already broken off from Tekken, and these DLCs are continuing to make people either leave Tekken that are casual fans, or hardcore / casual fans. They're making people either A, leave Tekken, or either B, just not want to come back to Tekken after seeing some of this stuff. What the casual fans want, this is what the casual fans are going to want. They're going to want some real good expansion in the main story for Tekken. Because that story, like, you could give me ending scenes with characters all you want to, but that's how Tekken traditionally is. I appreciate them ending scenes, man. Like, that brings me back to like old Tekkens, like Tekken 2, stuff like that, where you beat the game with a certain character, you get the ending scene. Whatever. You guys did great on those. Like, even though some ending scenes can be confusing, but it's been like that in the past too. You did great on those. The problem that I have is the fact that Tekken's sitting here around not making a good enough main story. Just expand on that story in a good way. Maybe leave some of the other stuff for Tekken 8, but expand on that story. You don't have to make the start to finish of that story longer. Just make a really good story that explains other things that may have been left out, or something that was supposed to happen. See, in the way that I mean, you don't have to make it longer, as in, let's say the story ends on Tuesday, but it was a Monday. Yeah, that might seem short in terms of days, but that's a lot of hours. So there's no way that story should have been literally that short. because there's so much other stuff you could have been explaining. But yeah, that's my main point, guys. He needs to be kind of catering to more people overall, because I don't think this is the best choice to go with in terms of Tekken 7. Just throwing these random DLC characters, because people are going to get sick and tired. And if you're trying to make money, this contradicts you trying to make long-term money. This is like short-term money right here. This is real short-term, because a lot of competitive fighting games always cater mostly to the hardcore fans. If the argument is, oh, this game needs to make money, you need to cater to the casual fans. It ain't like this game is Kingdom Hearts. It's not like this game is the Final Fantasy franchise, where it's like, oh man, you can make one good series from the franchise, and they will be looking at that one good series, and then if you make another good series, they'll look at that good series. Nah, this is freaking Tekken, and the long-term money that comes out of Tekken is from tournaments and arcade machines, stuff like that. Not from people who are going to be like, hey, I can play this game by myself and enjoy it. Nah. In terms of expanding your people who you're getting money from, you should always focus on the casual market. If money is a problem, if money is this much of a problem, you should focus on the casual market. Not by throwing in DLC from other video games, by giving good content. Good content is very, extremely important if you want to make some long-term money. There's no arguing what I'm saying right now. This is legit. You need to really cater to the casual market. I know this is a competitive game, but those people who invest their money into it being competitive, those are a set amount of people. The casual market is like just big all over the world, no matter what. Man, especially if you're an American, Americans do not like anything that requires a lot of effort in terms of skill. Like, I mean, in some areas I see people like to work out and stuff like that, but in terms of really long skill, they don't like to do that. That's why Korean players, Asian players in general, are better than American players, because they're not gonna, the majority of American players aren't gonna be like, yeah, I want to be like extremely good in Tekken. They're gonna be like, I might want to play it by myself and not be that good, you know, or I want to see where this game is going, or I want to enjoy this game, you know what I'm saying? Or they might say, I want to be totally garbage. Like, some of them actually have the aspect of wanting to be garbage and just having fun. Like, I love having fun, but I don't want to be trash. But that's who you need to cater to. That's where your vast amount of money is gonna come from. Doing whatever this is not it. But I hope you guys freaking enjoyed the video. Alright, listen to me, guys. If I get 50 likes on this freaking video, I will return to YouTube. If I get 100 likes, okay, let me explain this better. If I get 50 likes, I'm most likely returning to YouTube with more videos, and you're gonna see me explain more stuff. If I get 100 likes, it's most definitely 25 is a maybe, but most definitely with 100 likes, most likely with 50 likes, I'll return and explain more stuff. And I'll even release more videos that sound like I'm straight hating, because I know people like that crap. And yeah, I'll try and make maybe the explanation videos maybe shorter too as well. And really, the reason I haven't been doing YouTube tech and stuff, I've been hecka working. But I mean, if you guys showing that you want more videos, like actively showing that you want more videos, then I will try to make some type of time out of my day and upload videos. It's totally possible on my work schedule, and you know, the more people who come over to look at my channel, the less I have to contribute my time to not making videos. So I guess that's a double help out there. I'll release more videos, and I'll actually have more time to release more videos the more my channel gets more popular. So you guys help me out. I'll help you guys out if you want to hear my opinion or hear me talk some real hating stuff about video games. And like I said before, if you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video, man, still like it, okay? Because I know you probably came over here because you were like, dang, I hate this guy's opinion. And you're watching, you're giving me a view, so yeah. And I'm going to actively tell you this in front of your face. Make sure to share, comment, subscribe. Always finger that like button, guys. Tell me your opinions in the comment those below. Peace, y'all.